Crank that soldier boy, that Superman, that now I mean you. Crank that soldier, now I mean you. Crank that soldier, now I mean you. Crank that soldier, now I mean you. Crank that soldier.
Hello everyone, I'm Natalie Blackburn and I'm going to be doing my Women's Studies media analysis video on the sexism that has been rampant within the Democratic primary this 2008 season. This is going to be kind of a mashup style between Keith Olbermann Throwdowns and Feministing.com's Friday Feminist Fuck You. So, into it we go. I'm going to be analyzing the sexism that mainstream media has been throwing at Hillary Clinton, right, left, and center. I need to preface this by saying that this could be done on any of the candidates. We could talk about the racism that is inherent with the discussion of the candidacy of Senator Obama or to a lesser extent, the candidacy of Governor Bill Richardson. And I'm not even really a Hillary supporter. I would love to see Barack triumph in the end of this Democratic primary, so this isn't some kind of ploy to attempt to get Hillary elected, but it needs to be discussed. Even though I don't want to see her win, I can certainly feel for what's going on and what she's facing as a woman running for the highest office in the land. So, Hillary has obviously faced all kinds of challenges. She's faced sexist remarks from pundits, an in-depth discussion of clothing choices for interviews and any number of other functions that she's attended, which would never happen to a male candidate. The Monica Lewinsky scandal has been dug up, regardless of the fact that that's Bill's problem and not Hillary's. And all kinds of things that generally don't pertain to her ability to do or perform or not perform the jobs of the president. And it's really just kind of scandalous, like this clip, for example, that I found. It's Britt Hume of Fox News, and he's chuckling along with a clip from the David Letterman show the night before. Take a look.
I'm looking forward to having my husband do Women in the White House.
And that's a special report for this time. Please tune us in next time. And in the meantime, more news is on the way.
As you could probably see in that video, a popular move on a lot of late night shows where they piece together video footage of candidates. But this clearly has nothing to do with Hillary's ability to perform the job of president. It's using sex, both her own and the act of that her husband has taken and used while in the office of the president himself against her. And Britt Hume, along with the rest of the guys in the studio, seem to think it's pretty funny. Next up, we have a print ad from the infamous Axe body spray. They're known for their controversial and sexist ads. And so this one coming up is also Hillary Clinton, and it's Axe body spray. I think it's kind of odd that we're using the presidential primary to sell a product. Kind of like using women's bodies to sell products. So take a look at this one. First thing I want to draw attention to with this ad is that Hillary kind of looks dumbfounded, like this magical product that Axe is offering has just turned her into some kind of a feral animal, that she just can't even handle Barack anymore, and that she's as much a fan as the rest of the country. It's absurd, it's odd, and the idea that Hillary could ever be that big into Barack when she's obviously his opponent is simply ludicrous. Moving on, we have a editorial cartoon from a prominent newspaper in the country. It's been circulated in several newspapers, printed all over the place, of what could possibly happen were Hillary to become president and she ends up in negotiations. This is obviously stemmed from the famous Hillary crying right before the New Hampshire primary. And as you can see in just a moment, just see what people think is going to happen. Okay, if you took a moment to look at the cartoon, you can definitely see that all of the people on the other side of the table from Hillary are men, which is certainly not true. There are women prime ministers and other important statespeople throughout the world who are women. And then the other subtle thing that you may not have noticed was Bill and the little bird down in your left-hand corner. And Bill refers to PMS, which is pretty silly. The idea that Hillary's going to get on her period and just go bananas and destroy the world or something is incredibly ludicrous. Nobody ever seems to discuss the possibility that Hillary might have already gone through menopause. Not that it's any of our business. But the biggest thing is the female stereotype that Hillary is going to break down and cry under a tough situation. That you just can't count on a woman to keep her emotions in check. So there you go. That's what you get. Next ad, or actually this is another video that we have. It's I think it's a great example of how you can't even really count on women to keep it straight. This is an interview, piece of an interview that Katie Couric from of Today Show fame did with Hillary. Take a look at this one also.
Someone told me your nickname in school was Miss Frigidaire. Is that true?
Only with some boys.
I don't know if I want to hear the backstory on that.
Well, you wouldn't want to know the boys either.
So the problem with this obviously is that, besides the fact that this has absolutely nothing, again, to do with her ability to perform the duties of the president, is that it's some kind of weird gossip girl club. They're getting together and talking about elementary school or middle school or whatever. And it brings in this Hillary is the non-emotional, frigid ice queen bitch idea. I mean, Miss Frigidaire, really, that's totally not useful. It doesn't raise your ability to make an adequate decision about who you're going to vote for in the primary or the national election whatsoever. It's totally ludicrous. And then the last one, it's actually a still slide. I've typed this out from the from a blog. It's a Washington Post related blog, and the blogger had this to say. So check it out. This one may be actually the most offensive and absolutely heinous of all of them. The idea that you would put a shock collar on your woman to keep her under control is just absolutely infuriating. That she needs aids to try and keep her from just going crazy. That she's screechy. That's been one that's been thrown around in the media a lot, and that all of this stuff is just again, you can't count on a woman that she just can't control herself. Heaven forbid that we have someone with a little bit of emotion going into something. So what can we conclude from all of this? Obviously that there's a lot of messed up stuff going on in the media, that Hillary's facing an unfair uphill climb, at least on the basis of sex, if not everything else, and that there are a lot of people out there who still don't feel like a woman is fit to be commander-in-chief. The mass media is throwing everything they have, every rule in the book. You might say that they're using a kitchen sink strategy against her to try and do everything they can to keep her from attaining the office that she's sought for so long. Again, I want to emphasize that I'm not necessarily pulling for Hillary myself, but that she deserves a fair shake just like every other candidate. So, in conclusion, I'm going to shout out a big fuck you to the mass media and all of the crap they've been dumping on Hillary Clinton. This could be done, again, for Barack Obama or a number of other candidates who've also dealt with similar race, class, sex, gender, and sexual orientation issues throughout the last few years, but Hillary is probably one of the most prominent examples. Thank you for taking a little bit of time and listening to me talk.
Does that make me crazy?